Hello viewers, this is Africa Renaissance TV and I am Bakar Mane. Sitting beside me are students from the International Open University in Kanifing. These two people, or three of them, one of them is not with us here, is to represent the Gambia in the hackathon competition that is to take place in India, where 600 participants are expected to take part in it, in which 20 or more countries are also expected to participate. So I will start the introduction with the gentleman in my immediate right.
Thank you so much for giving me this platform to express an insightful information to the audience. My name is Modulamin Sanyang, a computer science student from the International Open University.
Thank you very much, Modlamin Sanyang. And then you can also hear from the gentleman on my left hand side. Yes. Can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. My name is Jibril Sonko, a computer science student at the International Open University, and it's great to be here.
This is Africa Renaissance TV, and we are here in IOU, International Open University, where these two gentlemen are part of the people that are selected to represent the Gambia at a competition to be held in India. So can you please tell me, what is the idea of all this competition?
Well, the idea of all this is to bring innovators from Africa and India, where they will work on novel ideas, on various thematic areas that are given to us in our problem statement, to come up with solutions that will solve problems faced by both continents.
Okay, when we say innovators, what do you mean by, what sort of innovators are they?
Innovators in the sense that these are students that are creating, softwares that will go a long way in solving problems. For instance, our project is a diabetic detecting system. Of course, this system will get a profiling of patients that are affected by diabetes, and the system is built with powerful algorithms that will detect patients with diabetes. So you'll see that if these systems are put in place, like the stakeholders have gone in organizing this international event, which is the UNESCO Africa, okay, UNESCO India Africa Hackathon. Okay, if these softwares are built, they will go a long way in helping the health ministry to help patients that are battling with diabetes at the earliest stage.
Okay, let me ask Mr. Jibril. So, how many participants are in this particular competition, and where are the participants drawn from? Because we learned that you are the two gentlemen here from the IOU side.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mane. Actually, we have 9 participants drawn from various tertiary institutions in the Gambia. So here at IOU, we are 3 in number, just that because of the busy schedule, that's why one of our participants couldn't make it to this interview.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, can you tell us the reason why diabetics, is key in this particular competition? Why not other ailments?
I believe they deem it fit that diabetes is a common problem, especially in old age and young age. A lot of people are battling with this problem. Others might get it through inheritance in the family. Others with their habit, they sow in food consumption, like the consumption of high calories, food with high calories. So it is a problem that really shows more attention, where the stakeholders see to it that they need to act fast by helping the health ministries with software applications that will tap in information or data from these patients, which the system will analyze, and then the health practitioner might invite this patient to a clinic and then advise the individual at the earliest possible time.
So how is that application going to detect someone suffering from diabetic? Is it that the person has to come to the facility, or how will the process happen? The
Yeah,
process of identifying that a patient is diabetic.
there is a database embedded in this software where data from the patient will be inputted. So through that, the system will be able to know, okay, if the system will ask in this way, um, how many calories do you consume a day? Um, the lifestyle, the eating lifestyle of the person will be demanded through a form. Okay, now if the patient has this on his or her phone, so he will need to update, he will need to input the data. So based on that, the system will be able to predict that this person is on the verge of getting diabetics or has already gotten diabetes. And the other one is we are trying to build some algorithms that the system will scan. Okay, there will be a scanning system embedded in this software. So through the retina, the eyes and stuff, so the system will be able to detect the sugar level in the patient.
Oh, that's perfect. Actually, you are already a team of 9 people from the Gambia here. So how frequent do you meet, or do you know each other? And if you know, then how frequent do you meet to make sure that when you go there, you all be representing the Gambia, and then you will do the needful, and therefore you will represent the Gambia perfectly?
Yeah, we have a social media platform where we normally interact as team members from Gambia. But basically, if you look at the composition of the teams, it doesn't mean that we are all in the same team. So we are all put into different teams and drawn from different countries. Because where I am in AGR 115 and then 1 and 3, so where we have a task to be able to build a software tool or app that will be able to calculate or estimate crop nutrients in plants, and also be able to estimate the fertilizer requirement as well as that of the irrigation. So it's not like one project we are all going to work on. We are assigned different projects. So our this project is based on an app that will be able to calculate or estimate the fertilizer requirement of a particular plant, the soil requirement, the irrigation requirement, and as well as that of the nutrient content of a particular crop. For example, like if you want to maybe venture into certain farming and then you want to take off certain crops, so the system will be able to advise you and also be able to estimate also what is the production function going to be at the end of the recent harvest, and also going to tell you what are some of the crop nutrients contained in that particular disease. Because if you see here in the Gambia, here most of it in Africa general, we just grow crops. Some of the crops are of the same nutrients, so you will see there will be no balance in diet. So we all feed on starch, but there is no balance that we normally feed on every day. So as you said here, it's an innovation whereby innovators will come together, share ideas, trying to create something that has never been happened. Understand? So with this system, the system will be able to help farmers. Understand? So the stakeholders like the FAO and others, so they can take up the responsibility so as to facilitate the implementation of this project when it is done.
So meaning it is not only what he has said about the diabetics and all that. There are a lot of things that are embedded in it, and you find yourself in that other category, different from where he finds himself. Okay, so what are some of the skills that actually is required for a person to be for a person to be a participant in each of these categories or in one of these categories? What are some of the IT skills that the person must possess?
Yeah, some of the IT skills needed is programming, basically. Understand that is the base of it. If you don't have programming skills, you're not able to at least compete in this kind of this. Because if you look at programming, it's the base of what software development. So nothing like networking and others. So though it is also fundamental to also know something about networking in terms of software development, though the baseline is the programming languages and also the database He's a database scientist. Yeah.
And you are?
Software programmer.
So that is the more reason why you are all picked in different groups.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So what are some of the benefits or the benefit that you are receiving from your partners to making sure that your trip become a success?
Well, our line ministry, that is the Ministry of Higher Education, Research and Technology, has been helping a lot because it is under them, and then they also facilitated our visa application and as well as that of the trip itself. Understand? So also the coordination is that we can all thank the senior IT. There is a man there, that is Ansu Baji, who has been working tirelessly to make sure that what we need it is put into place. And inshallah, I think the program, the event will be successful.
Yes. So as we speak right now, so has the ministry taken care of all your activities like the flight and the everything? Has it already been taken care of? Your flight, your whatsoever you need to make sure that the trip is a success.
Yeah, virtually one can say yes.
Yeah, your microphone.
Because if you look at it, we already got our visas, and the tickets will be sent to us through emails by 2. And I know already it is there. Maybe
by 2 today.
Yeah, today. So and also the COVID test and the travel insurance also they are trying to facilitate. There is this tax given to all the various schools and universities to at least cater for their students. Yeah.
So meaning the university will also cater for their students, and then your school also will cater for you?
Yes, my school will cater for my COVID test and travel allowance and others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You've made mention of the creation of an app that will assist, diabetic patients to be traced. And if you look at it properly, you realize that, there need to be a medical personnel, who will also direct the process, because creation of the app and also the app being able to detect, diabetic patient or people that are about to get diabetes, requires, a medical practitioner. So do you have a member, or do you have among your members a medical practitioner who could help in that regard?
Yes, we have one lady from Malawi. She's a medical practitioner. And then one from Central Africa Republic. He has his guardian, the uncle, is a medical practitioner too. So when we are doing the teaming up on Zoom, he requested that he will reach out to the uncle to give us more information. So this helps in the design of the application as we are prototyping now on a software called Figma. So that information helped us very well. And then our team lead, who is the Indian Keshav, it is through that information that we use to brainstorm ideas and then try to build Google Forms in respect to the information that we receive from these people helping us to get facts on the medical side, so that we will not go offline the margin. We want to make sure that this system directs or addresses directly what the problem statement is all about, which is diabetes. So these two people really help us.
Okay, that's good. That's great. So, Mr. Jibril, you are also determined to making sure you have, an application that would also help in the agricultural domain. Do you have a person in your group that is also inclined as far as agriculture is concerned, that will also help as a resource person in your project?
Yes, I myself am agriculture inclined because I have majored agricultural science at the Gambia College, and I'm also majoring in biology at the University of the Gambia. So not only me, so we have other persons also, team members that are also agriculture inclined. And also, like, if you look at this in computer, this in science,
Mm-hmm.
like, for example, if you are a software developer,
Mm-hmm.
you don't just come and then build softwares like that.
Mm-hmm.
You collect data.
Mm-hmm.
So in collecting data, also, we have Google Forms.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, in the developmental process of the software,
Mm-hmm.
you have what we call system requirements.
Mm-hmm.
And in that system requirement, you have to collect data
Mm-hmm.
from different stakeholders. So
Mm-hmm.
this is what we did, and we are able to have some of the fertilizer requirements, the nutrient requirements, sorry, the nutrient content in the particular crop, and also the irrigation requirements.
So nutrient requirement in all in particular crops, specifically which kind of crops are you talking about?
Definitely we have the cotton, we have the okra, we have virtually different crops, because even in the Gambia here, I mentioned that of okra, mango, because they were saying crops in their various countries. So I also came up with crops that are in the Gambia here, like even cowpea, we have the rice, we have the millet, and etc. So I came up with these things so as to at least help my country also, because if it is to be implemented, so it's going to help the whole continent, not only the Indian or the Malawian or the Malian, but also my country. So I was a little bit biased there to be.
No, you are not biased. We are just being truthful. Hence, they were also mentioning crops in their countries. So it's important that you also mention our okra, our. I hope you did not mention. Yeah, exactly. All right. So when exactly are you departing?
Wow, the departure will be around 19 to 20. Actually, I don't know the specific time because I was not given the flight attendant from others, so I cannot tell you the exact date that I will be leaving.
But it will be within this month.
Yeah, within this month and within these days that I've told you here,
Okay.
19 to 20. Sure.
How many are in your group? In your agriculture group?
I am the only Gambian in my group.
Okay.
So together with Malawi, then we have the Equatorial Guinea. I have also Malian. I also have Zimbabwe and Cameroon.
Yeah, because I learned that there are 600 participants.
Yeah.
So how many people are in your group entirely?
6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. So who is your team leader in the Gambia from your Gambian, delegation?
The Gambian delegation, we've been given a point of contact called Mr. Ansubaji, who is the senior IT officer at the Higher Education, Ministry of Higher Education, Science and Technology. So he will be heading the team to India.
Okay. Yes. So can you please tell us how are you able to communicate with your group members now that you've not started the implementation of the project yet, but then you are still like you said, you are on your prototype. So how do you communicate with your group members as to some of the things, preliminary things that you are to do before you reach to the venue itself in India?
We communicate through Google Meet. The team lead, who is Kesav, an Indian computer science major, who initiate a Google Meet video conference.
That means you communicate with your partners through video conference. Okay.
So he will share the link to the WhatsApp group, and then prior to that, he will have consent. Okay, in Gambia, 5 p.m. will it be okay? So, and then Malawi will respond, and Zimbabwe will respond, I will respond, some other students from various countries will also respond, okay, it is good.
So meaning you are the only Gambian, you are the only Gambian in that group?
I'm the only Gambian.
Okay.
So if the time is suitable, we will all acknowledge to the request, and whenever the time is up, then we will click the Google Meet link and we will have our meeting. So in that meeting, he initiated the video conferencing, so he will share the screen. So that the software we're using, which is the Figma, okay, everybody will see. And then if you see an area of the software prototype that does not sit well with you, you will bring it to the notice of everybody, and then send in whatever you want them to change collectively. So this is how we are able to do it from day one up till now.
Yeah, that's amazing actually. So okay, Jibril, So is it the same thing that works for you two as well, your group?
Yes, our group also the same thing that we use to interact.
But how frequent is it?
Yeah, every 2 days, because even today we're supposed to have it by 7 p.m. Yeah, so
So
some of
how?
the people are saying 6 p.m., but I believe 7 p.m. is okay for me.
Okay, but you have not yet agreed on time as far as today's meeting is
Well,
concerned.
actually, I think it will be 7 because majority are in for 7.
Are you also on the same thing, like like he mentioned that the application development, like your prototype, where you or some of you will send suggestion and counter suggestion, and you critique, it as well.
Yes, of course. Even day before yesterday, our team leader sent us the possible GUI, and then people are saying that anyway, it's supposed to be changed to this particular color, hence it's agriculture supposed to be green, but here is gray. So we just trying to argue on this and come to a conclusion.
So, gentlemen, but what I want to believe is that someone who doesn't have an idea of this, of this particular software developing and these IT skills will not be part of this particular project, or will not be part. You cannot be part of it if you are there. Also, will not have any idea of what people are doing. Is that so?
Yeah, of course. You can only be there when you have skills.
Your microphone.
You can only be there when you have skills in these things, or like an ordinary person, like agriculturalist who doesn't know anything about programming
No,
and stuff like that.
okay.
So you won't be able to make it to the event unless you are used as a tool to collect data.
You'll be used as a tool to collect data, but you will not be associated with anything that in terms of developing software and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay, so you have to have the knowledge first, and then also have to have the experience of agriculture in order for you to at least also engage yourself amongst your group members.
You have to have the skills. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to have knowledge in agriculture. Like I told you, we use people to collect data, and that's data that we use to build software.
No, what I want to be clear here is that, like an IT specialist, you have to be a computer literate. You have to be an IT literate in order to take part in this.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, that's what I told you. I say you cannot be part of this without having these skills in these areas. So basically, someone who teaches English down there will be here. So.
Okay, I must admit that there must be some challenges that you are faced with, especially in the event that this particular competition is concerned. We all know sometimes when you have to travel for such kind of events, there are always one or two challenges that you face. So, do you have any? If yes, can you share with us?
Like we are computer science students, and most of our problem is computer itself. So it's always a problem. Like is a norm here that anybody you see that the computer is plug and play, not that it's computer science student, because you don't have good computers. You only have plug and play. Yeah. Understand? So definitely technology equipment is our problem. So right now, if you look at the computer down there, the charging system has a problem. In fact, it is just going down. It's frustrating. And these kind of events, we are building software that are very heavy. They need heavy machines, like a machine that has a RAM size of about 16 gig. Understand? The hard drive capacity of 1 terabyte or 500 at least. So going there with my this Ferrari, I think it could be embarrassing.
So, but I guess this thing is fully funded, or isn't it? Isn't it?
Well, as you said, 600 plus understand students. So I don't think UNESCO will be able to afford computers for all these students. Okay. So there it is a big problem anyway. So me and my colleague, we definitely laid a good laptop. So when we have this, at least it's going to help us.
This is the reason why I said whether you have contacted your line ministry, because they should also be, put in picture to know that, you are not going to do this thing as for yourself or as for your school, but you are doing this thing for Gambia, and they are the line ministry. And when you come, you will be very much needed by them in one reason or the other, because you would be someone who will actually, add value to the ministry. Did you inform them about this thing?
Like you say, the land ministry, like the project land ministry? Or?
Yes.
Like Ministry of Agriculture.
Yes.
Like as I said earlier, I can't just go to Ministry of Agriculture like that. And maybe we can channel it to our school here or channel it to the Ministry of Higher Education, Research and Technology, and that can also turn into the government if they want to help. But I cannot just go to the Minister of Agriculture, just tell them that anyway, I am a participant who is to attend hackathon in India, and we are doing a project on there's a software tool that is going to estimate or calculate the nutrient content of particular crop, the irrigation requirement, the fertilizer, soil, and etc. So probably they may put in the consideration, but no, how things are here.
Yeah.
It may take time, and
you are right.
Time is up.
Yeah.
For us to be there.
You are very right. So, Mr. Sanyang, so you've heard about the challenges he has listed here. So can you add on to some of the things that he might, do you think having only a computer is enough for your trip?
Yes, that covers at least, probably I would say 80% of what we might need. But we expect, more support. Like you said, machines are very important. Myself, I am using an Apple, and you know that an Apple that is built around 2015, 2016, or a bit older than that, will be very difficult for you to install some of these programming softwares, the IDEs. So having a better machine will definitely go a long way in helping us accomplish this UNESCO India Hackathon initiative. So, and again, we've seen that we are still running from point 1 to point B to make sure that things are in place. It is not easy. The burden was all along on our head. And then I would say definitely give the credit to the Ministry of Higher Education. They've really tried. Although they could not ferry everyone to Dakar for the visa application, but at least one was given the task to do that.
On behalf of the entire group?
Everyone, yes.
Okay.
On the side of the assistants, I think the Ministry of Health and Agriculture and Ministry of Education, because I've seen colleagues who are developing applications regarding education. I don't know exactly what the problem statement is, but I've seen the content being said. Education also is part of it. So I think both these, all of these ministries can chip in to give assistance in whatever way they can. Okay, and of course the Ministry of Information and Technology should also create labs where we can do the simulation before deploying the applications to the Google Store or whatever platform it is, App Store. Okay, so we need all this. Having we've gotten all this in place, we would have do our testing. We would have do our simulation prior before going to India to see exactly what the system lacks. Okay,
and what should be adjusted on the system as well.
Some little touches before getting there.
Yeah.
So I think the government needs to also help
in that regard.
IT enthusiasts, so those in the IT field, by making sure that all these things in place.
Technology studies.
Yeah, indeed.
Because if you look at it now, the world is controlled by technology, and then Gambia is not an exception anymore. So I believe the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology should try to work hand in glove with the Ministry of Information, Communication, and even digital economy. Because that digital economy, you cannot implement it, you cannot fully work without the needs of the technology experts.
Indeed.
So I believe that if they can work hand in glove, at least try to empower technology students and also the internet aspect of it, because in the Gambia the internet connection is very expensive.
Yeah.
So like some of course like these technology students, we would like to practicalize some of the things at home, but because of the internet constraint, we cannot. So unless and until we have to go to certain campus or certain internet services on the side, so to be able to access internet. Like if you look at this in the Figma, like for example, I have to be here up to 8 o'clock or 9 or 10 even to attend our meeting.
Yeah, because you want to benefit from the internet connections. Yeah.
So I don't have it at my home. But if you have hubs around the town, probably you can connect and then do your things there. Even late night time. I like to wake up like every day 2 hours at least for me to be coding. Yeah, sometimes people think that I'm crazy. So every time I wake up, start calling pack with my laptop. But I said, you don't know. So in this technology world, you have
definitely internet connectivity is very, very, it's very, 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 it's a challenge in the Gambia here. So people, IT, specialists like you yourselves, you cannot have internet connection in your homes. So that shows how challenging to have an internet, to be connected to internet in Gambia is difficult.
Yes, because right now I am attending this in Amazon web service cloud engineer. So it's a kind of a program with Udacity. So I need to complete a task, but because of the internet connection, so I could not complete it.
Indeed.
So up to now, they keep extending the time for me. Your time has been extended to November 22nd. Then from 22nd, they will extend it to this. So because of the internet connection, because I can do it at home, night time, but I don't have that economic muscles.
He wants to say something. Yeah.
And not only internet. That was experienced as a major challenge in our quest to make sure that we meet up the requirement in the India UNESCO hackathon. Namik was also another hack.
How?
We've been having electricity issues throughout. Okay, you'll be attending a session. I mean, you need electricity to continue. So in the end, you
are left out of the you are left out of the indeed.
In the end, what you will do is you will send a message, via WhatsApp. Okay, that light goes up and the internet goes
down.
So there was no connectivity, especially when you are on campus here. So on and off, and if you're using a machine that is TV, plug and play. I mean, you will have this challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, you will be on a serious session.
Indeed.
So when light goes off, you are down to zero.
Yeah.
Even whereas you have a strong battery.
Indeed.
But then the internet will be cut off.
Yeah.
Because there is no light that will power up the modem or the routers.
Indeed. Okay, Mr. Sanya. So how excited are you to represent the entire Gambia in this particular event?
Well, I am very excited, to be honest. A lot applied. A few were chosen by the Indian Ministry of Education. So I definitely thank Allah for that. And again, this is the first ever India UNESCO Africa Hackathon.
Where Gambia is taking part.
Where Gambia is taking part in a 36-hour non-stop problem solving. So it's a plus for us to raise the Gambian flag higher and then to put the name of our various institutions on the spotlight. So I think I'm definitely excited to take part in this international event.
Thank you very much. And Jibril, so how excited are you too? And is it the first time that you have involved in participating for Gambia in such kind of events?
Yeah, I'm very happy, definitely. And it's great to be here, in fact, in this platform. So this is my first time to be on a TV platform. And also much more going out there to represent my Gambia.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really a great honor and pride, and even to come back in the Gambia as one of the participants. And also, I would like to tell the youth over there to try and then at least venture into the field of technology. So if you look at this field of technology, one can say is the most marketable field right now because we rule the world. So the world is in our hands. So trying to venture into this in computer science and related fields. So if you look at it, if you study these fields, you definitely don't want to be employed by anyone. Well, even you are employed, you have an alternative business alongside your that employment. So youths taking up the initiative to join the field of technology will definitely help to mitigate the employment rate in the Gambia. So I therefore encourage the youths to come up with this particular foresight to join the technology world.
Yeah, indeed, to join the technology world. I'm also motivated, to be part of this technology world. I don't know how to start it. But then, So what is your advice to some of the participants? You've mentioned that a lot applied, but they were unfortunate. So what is your advice to them? Because perhaps they would be watching and then they would be seeing you, what you know, they will be hearing what you've been saying, you will say to them.
Thank you very much for this question. What I will advise them is let them try to adjust their projects and then share it on this GitHub, which is a collaboration platform where anyone around the world can go in there and then see the project that you're working on or a project that you have deployed there. So from there they will assess you, because you cannot tell them, you cannot convince them that you are a computer science enthusiast, okay, who is into coding and machine learning or web or whatsoever, and they believe you. So you'll have to show something physically. They will go there and then see by themselves. And by also putting that on your CV, because on GitHub, if you use this CV creators like the resume.io, okay, it has some plugins where you will have these links. The link in the GitHub, they will want to go there physically and then confirm that what he is saying is true. So let them adjust, make some touches by sharing their projects online, so that whenever such initiative is being put to them, and then so that they will be
yeah, indeed. So in your institution here, that is the International Open University, there are any applicants who was rejected or dropped?
Yes. We have one IT student who was declined due to that. I believe he did not share any project on GitHub or any of these platforms. And then these people, the requirement is they are looking for students, not graduates. So others also have that problem. They put, okay, I've successfully completed my BSc and stuff. So when they went through their CVs, they realized that, oh, these people, they don't match the requirements. And then the second thing is they don't share any project where we would go and then scrutinize to check physically that, oh, they met the requirements, they coded good, they've developed this application and it's working, so they were to be selected.
Good. Mr. Jibril, so if you look at this thing, you know, it includes or it involves two continents, one of which is Africa, you know. So what sort of benefit do you think this particular project is going to do for Africa? Because looking at 600 participants that will be drawn from Africa, you know, so what sort of benefit, you know, that Africa would definitely benefit from this particular thing?
Well, I think the benefit is huge, I can say, because if you look at it, the benefit in one way or the other have to be in health-wise, understand, because like developing a system that will detect diabetes patient and also advise you on your sugar level and others also will definitely help ordinary Africans at least try to mitigate the rate of diabetes in the continent. And also like others are also building on education, a system that is going to at least help in education. And you know our problem is education.
Yeah.
So when we have better education.
So do you have any participant in the Gambia here who is part of that education group?
Well, the team is done in such a way that you may not know unless the person tell you.
Okay.
Okay. Things like you help on another.
Yeah. Okay.
Understand? So they want it to be based on your skill. Understand? And you think that I will not know who is in there in education. So I don't know if he doesn't tell me that he is working on this in diabetes. I don't know. So me also the same thing. So also in the other aspect like agriculture, like I told you, my project is about agriculture, and then it's going to at least boost the production function in the country. Because if you look at it, trying to build a software tool or app that is going to at least try to help farmers, even not help farmers, but even the ministry itself to be able to
tell or advise people to go into these particular crops, do the cultivate these particular crops. Definitely, it's going to boost the agricultural sector. And you know, when there is food, and know that there is going to be good health. So therefore, in that other aspect also, like for example, like in the time of communication also, because others are working on communication. Understand, it's going to help the African continent. And also, if you look at the other aspect of it, like it's going to motivate the upcoming Africans to be able to study computer science and related fields, understand? And also it's going to boost the participants, their confidence, and also try to add and improve on certain skills in order to get there. Because for us here, we not saying we are experts. We are not experts. We're just trying to work towards, understand? So trying to represent the Ghana in such a magnitude, so will definitely boost my confidence.
Indeed. Because if you look at it, you know, Gambia alone has already 9 people are selected from Gambia. So out of the 600 people that are going to converge there, 9 people are coming from Gambia here. So that actually sends a lot of, you know, good signal out there to believe that Gambians are definitely good in what they do.
Sell out the country's name. And also not only the country, but the institutions that are in the country. Like my university, they're going to put the institution in the spotlight. Oh, this is not only university, Gambia. It's a global, so it's going to at least take up the school name. And also University of the Gambia also is going to be on the global spot. Understand? So therefore, there is no reason lose there here.
Yeah, indeed,
so
there is
win-win situation. So therefore, I will definitely thank my government, my ministry, my institution, that is my school, for giving me the opportunity to represent them in the global stage.
So finally, can you share with Africa Renaissance TV and our viewers your final words, your impression, if there is any support that you may need, and you know, yes.
Thank you so much for giving us this platform to express, like I said earlier, an insightful information for the audience. I believe by now they must have know the general concept of what these 9 students from Gambia, you know, would do in the international space of technology. And this will also go a long way in making or giving interest in a lot of other students to start nursing interest in information technology. Because others would think that, okay, information technology is just to type word document or stuff. Because I've seen a colleague from the university here who told me that, what are you studying? I said, I'm studying information technology. He said, what, for complete 4 years? Okay. So I was like, wow, what
actually
gave you the impression to ask this? He said to me, I would never study this secretary job for complete.
She doesn't know. She has no idea.
It's not an Excel or PowerPoint thing. This is pure machine learning. It's very tedious and it's very demanding. So let them change the narratives and then see IT in a more serious way, and then learn it as a skill, learn it as a profession to take this country forward. And I'm also according this thank you to my school, which is the International Open University, and to the Ministry of Higher Education for helping us facilitate our visas and then give us information as to what the organizers need or expect from us. And of course to my ministry, that is Defense Gambia Armed Forces, for giving me this platform, and to the CDS, a big thank you, sir, for approving my this event, my visit to India. So without his approval and support, I wouldn't have been there because I need clearance. So I definitely thank them for giving me the support and space to take part in this international platform.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. May you go safe and come back safe. And you too, your last words, your impression, and you know, talk to the viewers. They are watching you about your impression. If you need any support, what sort of it, and then
we have already mentioned that. So that one is technology equipment, and we definitely know that because
You can do these things without those things like laptop. So like definitely like philanthropists or anybody who can afford laptop, good one. Same the one with 4G RAM. So like it's 12 or 16 gig. That definitely help, inshallah. And then I thank everyone, and then thank the Renaissance, Africa Renaissance, right, TV, for giving us the platform, because definitely this is my first time to be on TV platform. And then definitely thank you for that, okay?
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you very much, viewers. We all heard about what their constraints and also their challenges, and they have also shared their impression with that of the viewers. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Well, viewers, that does it for this interview. I was your host, Bakari Mane, and the two gentlemen are students of the International Open University, who are among the 8 or 9 students who shall be traveling to India, who have been selected to attend the UNESCO Africa India Hackathon, which is a competition amongst 20 plus other countries in Africa. I was your host, Bakari Mane.